Hello traders, welcome to this weekly outlook for Australian dollar, American dollar, Euro dollar, British pound dollar, New Zealand dollar, American dollar, and US dollar, Canadian dollar. This webinar does not contain any investment advice. Trading Forex and financial instruments carry risks, so do never invest money you cannot afford to lose, and never risk more than 1% per trade. So let's go. In front of us right now we have the Australian dollar, American dollar. This is the 4-hour chart, and this is how I look at things. So I can give you a short intro. This is the monthly sell price. So this price is normally where banks would sell. And this is the monthly buy price where banks normally would buy. Around those prices, the red one and the orange one, normally there is some action. Last month of September, it really kicked off. The buy price went through the sell price, and it went all the way to the take profit zone for the buyers. Every month, buyers has entry price and exit price. Every month, sellers has an entry price and an exit price. This is their target, and as you can see, very nicely accurate. This is the buy price. This is where it kicked off. Awesome. Now, this happens every week as well. Okay? For every week, there is a sell price, a buy price, and each target. Now, this is the sell price for the month. This is the sell price for the week, specifically. And when those two are quite close together, so around 68, when those two are close together, they become dynamite. And if you are a seller, and how I view things, you need to choose one direction for maybe from August to December. So if you're a seller, you constantly sell setups. You never buy for the entire 3 months, whatever, right? If you think that Australian dollar is going down, American dollar is going up, then you will sell the US, USD, USD. So for you, this would be okay setup. It's not great, but it's something to look forward to. Okay, with an entry of 68.00 down to 67, around 100 pips. That is your trade plan. So your buys and your direction is you want to sell. So what do you look for? I would always look for resistance. I'll look for double tops, lower low, pullbacks, then you can sell. And then your target is 67. For example, in this case, this is a double bottom, though much lower than what I would expect to be here. Comes up, that's the double bottom, and somewhere in here you can now look for a buy, here or here. Awesome, isn't it? That is what I look for every week. For example, where is it? Yeah, and then last month that never happened. It just went down and then poof, went straight off. For buyers, I would say this is, though, this is the price to sell from. So if this doesn't happen, then it is going to be, if this doesn't happen, it's going relatively bullish, but it turns out to be bullish. If you're a bull, you can start buying from 67.70, from 67.70 up to 68.50. And what do you look for then? You look for price coming down to this resistance, now turning support. Awesome, right? For Euro USD, we have the same as last. We have the buy price of the month, here, look at that, pretty amazing. This is where the buy was, and look, it wasn't a big drag down, it was specifically that price, okay? And then we come out to the monthly sell price again, and then we see some movement, goes new low, comes back up and shoots up. Okay, then that's a failed trade plan, but it was a trade plan, then you're wrong. Fine. For this pair, I would say we are bullish on EURUSD, but though, look at that downtrend. That should have been the best place to sell from. Now that you took targets, what do? What are you? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? As a seller, I always do that first. As a seller, you look for, again, some from failed tops, new low, pullback, sell. Okay? So that is the specific sell price. Oh, see, that's a specific sell price of 10.51 ish. That's the specific sell price for this week. There's no other place. It's not here. 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 It is 10.50. Okay. I'm just going to take those away. And then your target is once you have found it is a reversal, going low, goes lower, goes lower, your target is 109.30. Pretty amazing, right? But if you're a buyer, you look for price to come down, come back down, make pullback, so you can buy from 10.15 maybe 10.15, yeah, 10.15 up to almost the target for the month. Look at that, 111.11. That's your price. That's when you take your target. That's when you take your positions, goes away, and don't trade anymore for this month. Amazing, isn't it? Just to be done. You can even be done early, late, but now we are around 13th. Okay, then it might reverse back, so you should take profit. For pound USD, I have already given you those. Yeah, good. We had a very large movement last week because of Boris Johnson and his trade talks, his Brexit talks with the Irish Prime Minister, or whatever they're called over there. So this is very overextended. What should we look for? Until further notice, it is actually going to be bullish. But do you think it's going to be up here? No. Do you want to be buying up here? Not really. So what do? You always look for pullback. There is a couple of things to my strategy. My strategy is based on pullbacks and reversals. Now the trend is up. We always look for up movement. And since this is so overextended, it could potentially also fall hard. But buying if you didn't buy down here, as you should have been buying down there, and if you start trading now, having your trade plans now, that is way too late. Okay, so you can start buying from 25,200 up to 27,400. That's basically the target. And also you can say the last target is 129. If it comes up to 129, you are done. Okay? And I'm not going to tell you anything else of the sells, but it's 21.70 if it ever falls down again. That might be if there wasn't a deal anyway. So this is highly volatile. Are you up for it? Interesting. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We go, yeah. And I will actually do extra a gold. New Zealand, we are coming up to sell price. So monthly price kind of reacted to it. It went a bit lower than would I want to stop here. But it has come up to the sell price. That is the sell price to sell from. So that could also just be a false rally. and your target is going down to 62.65 if you're a seller. So choose one direction on all those pairs. If you're selling dollar, if you're buying dollar, you only look for that one direction. And if you are a buyer, you look down to 63.20, and you can take it up to at least minimally 63.90. And then you take your profit, you go home, and you're done. But how do you know? How do you know to enter? Well, as you can see in a downtrend, there is always a pullback. Always look for pullbacks. Always look for pullbacks. Always look for pullbacks. Always look for pullbacks. But when price comes back up, previous high, then you stop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 entries you had, even 6 entries you had, and then the 6th one didn't work out. Okay, but you have 5 winners. Awesome. Yeah, buyers 63.90 and sellers 62.65. Awesome. USDCAD is really falling this week, but has been very rangy. Consolidation has hit some targets. You can see here, target hit, target hit, target really hit, target hit, target hit, target hit, and target hit. And I normally do boom when that happens. But for this week, I must say that, that is the buy price of the month. That is the weekly price. Is this going to go up again? Yes, it could. And if you're a buyer of US dollar, yeah, that is your price. And if it falls further, well, okay. But if you want to buy it, that's your price. So you want to look for a double bottom, higher high, higher low, as I always do. Something that shows reversal, okay? Let me take those away. Something that shows it is actually going to turn around. So this is actually something. Coming down, higher low, lower high, pullback. That's on 1 hour. That's possible. And then on 4 hours, you do the same thing. Yes, same thing. Comes higher, goes back down, makes a double bottom, higher high. You always need a new high, and you need a failed low. So reason 1, a failed low. Number 2 is a high. You need a high. And then number 3 is lower high. That's your entry, and off you go. And your exit could be, well, that's much higher, but I would say 33.10. As a seller, you will not be wanting to sell down here. This is way too low for you. Like when somebody has taken price so low, when you are you're a seller, you're selling tomatoes and the price is so low that you feel like, this is going low, this is too low. I can barely make ends meet if you are a tomato seller, so I feel like I would wait for price to come back up again before I put my tomatoes into the market. Well, I have a price for you. 32.40 should be a price for you to start selling off this support and resistance here. And then your target is 31.00. Sounds awesome? Very awesome. For gold, we did this, as was seen, was as a range, wasn't it? Somebody saw this as a range, and this was a breakout. But you know what? That was the sell price. That was their target. Awesome. Awesome number 2. That was the monthly buy price. So I knew this was going to go up here. And I hope you also knew that too. And where's your entry? Where was your entry? Your entry was pullback. This is actually what I'm talking about all the time. New low, failed, double bottom, higher high, higher low, boom. Entry, goes up to sell price, gets kicked down again, and again, but that was your entry, and you should have taken profit up here because that was the sell price for the month. That is where there is strong resistance, so you should get out, or at least have your stops covered and everything. So what do we do for this week? I kind of feel like this is a week where we're still in a range bound, but I tilt towards the lower side. So you can either start selling at 1492 or 1500 with a target of 4060-ish. Okay, 1460 as a seller. But what do you do as a buyer? Well, it really shows weakness to a buy setup. And if you want to be a buyer, you really wanted a new higher high, not a new low, wouldn't you? So you are cautiously buying down here, but you're not confident. So that means you should not pull all your eggs in this trade. And also you should wait for a new high over this high, wait for a pullback, and then you can buy until 1522. I really hope that you have gotten a lot of value in this webinar. I also hope that you have got targets, a new way to look at the market. Please let me remind you, this webinar does not contain any investment advice. Trading is risky and you can lose your entire account. And if you sure do, please come to me and you can sign up for my mentorship course or for my technical analysis course, and we will go through so that you don't lose ever again. That will be in the description below. Also, I hope that you have gotten some new ways to look at the market and also a new way to analyze, and I hope you have been encouraged to find better entries, better take profits, and stop losses between 50 to 100 or below previous below previous low or above previous high, depending on what you are going to sell or buy. So until next time, please don't risk too much. Please don't run after trades, and yeah, seek guidance, seek knowledge if you need help.